And I'm currently studying computer science at Bennett University, and our team's project is ClassiBot. So this project is basically an educational tool which serves as a service to learn about machine learning and rather testing your skills in machine learning for beginners. So I would like to tell you about how we got this idea of starting education as a service in machine learning. So when I started learning about machine learning and all this, I started with online courses because everyone follows the online courses. But then the thing with online courses is that they were too theoretical. There was no hands-on practice, and I wanted to code. So I thought that there should be something which I could code fast, or at least test the algorithms directly. So that's when we thought, okay, let's make an educational tool which would serve this purpose. So we wanted to make something in machine learning, but not very complex, and rather simple, and that could be used by everyone. A very simple GUI which was very easy to use, simple, elegant, which would serve for the betterment of society. We created a very interactive and elegant GUI which could be used by anyone, even if he's not from a computer science background.
So the project we created was aimed at beginners who are just getting into machine learning and artificial intelligence. So the main motivation for us was that when I started my journey into machine learning, everything seemed very hazy and I didn't know the direction to go in. Especially since there's a lot of mathematics that is going at the back end in machine learning, beginners tend to confuse in the different algorithms what their workings are, and they tend to view machine learning as a black box model. But what I thought was that machine learning should and cannot be viewed as a black box, because until and unless you understand what's happening behind the scene, you cannot actually apply it effectively to real world situations. So what we created was a very simple graphical user interface through which any beginner can scroll through. So our interface has very basic buttons, and it comes not as a web framework but rather as a software package, and you can browse through the software, and it provides you with external links to read more about machine learning, as well as we have loaded in different data sets for the beginner to go through. Within each data set, you can view the confusion matrix that's being generated for the algorithm. After which, also another important aspect of our software is that we are trying to tell the beginners that what is actually the difference between the different algorithms. So we've integrated an accuracy comparison chart for different algorithms, so that informs the beginner that what is actually the core difference behind these algorithms that's happening at the back end. So now I'll take you through the demo of the project.
So now let's get into the working of the software. So this is the main screen that we've created for the end user, and it gives the user two options to either proceed or to further read about machine learning. So the machine learning is an external link, so we'll not go into that as of now. We'll go into the proceed option. So you can see that we are now redirected to a new page wherein we have the option of datasets, about the datasets, and about the algorithms. So just as the main screen, the datasets option and the algorithms option leads you to an external link on the web, which can give you more information about the datasets we've used and also about the algorithms we've employed. So we'll get into the datasets now. Here you can see that we have loaded our project prototype with three datasets which have been pre-coded at the backend. So you have the spam filter, the income, and the occupancy dataset. So for example, suppose we get into the income dataset. Now within each dataset you have four different options. You have the SVM, that's the support vector machine algorithm, the naive Bayes classifier, the k nearest neighbors, and an option to see the graph. So suppose we get into the naive Bayes classifier, you get an accuracy about when you run the model on this particular dataset, as well as a precision score. So you can see the confusion matrix, and when I click on this option, the confusion matrix pops up in a nice figure that's been loaded through matplotlib, and We close it and go back to the main screen, and we see the graph, and this graph gives you the accuracy comparison for the income dataset that has been run on the SVM, the naive base, and the KNN. So let's get into the KNN, and here you can see the accuracy and the precision has been changed. So the model is actually running at the back end, nothing has been preloaded, and everything is being dynamically loaded into the system. So let's take up another data set. Suppose you have the spam filter data set, and again we choose let's say SVM, and you have the accuracy and the precision, and you can also view the confusion matrix, and you can see it's classifying the text data into ham and spam. So we go back and see the accuracy comparison chart, and you can see that the interface is very minimalistic for the end user to use, and the buttons and the navigation is very minimalistic and easy for the user to understand. So we go back, and this was pretty much about the software package we've created. We've yet not visited the external links, but those are also free for the user to click and visit.
Further, I'll speak about the users of our tool. Our user interface is easy, self-explanatory, efficient, and enjoyable to operate a machine in the way which produces desired results. In addition to this, clarity is the most important element of user interface. Also, our tool is responsive, which means fast. Seeing things load quickly, or at least an interface that loads quickly, improves the user experience. It helps beginners understand the differences between different algorithms. One of the major benefits of using algorithms is in the development of the procedure itself. Reduction of a task to a specified set of steps or algorithm is an important part of analysis, control, and evaluation. By using an algorithm, decision-making becomes a more rational process. In addition to making the process more rational, use of an algorithm will make the process more efficient and more consistent. Giving a hands-on experience to data visualization to distinguish accuracy. It enhances data visualization by the abstract display of accuracy and precision after we implement an algorithm over the dataset. This feature is also supported by the confusion matrix. It familiarizes users with ML constructs and confusion matrices. Machine learning employs algorithms that can learn from data, and the confusion matrix is one of the most intuitive and easiest metrics used for finding the correctness and accuracy of the model. It is used for classification problem where the output can be of two or more type of classes.
Further, I would like to conclude by mentioning the future additions. In near future, we plan to launch our tool on the website where it is available and easily accessible by users and beginners for machine learning as a study tool. Moreover, the content processing and rendering will be web-based on Django Python framework. As of now, we have worked on 3 algorithms and 3 datasets but in future, we plan to implement various algorithms to provide the accuracy and precision of multiple datasets covering the wide variety of datasets available. Accuracy comparisons have been represented graphically as well as visual representation of the confusion matrix. But in the future, we also plan to add more graphical content which enhances the understanding of machine learning on the implemented dataset. As we plan to launch our project on web, our web portal will be sufficient for the users. It will consist of all the features provided on one platform. Our majorly advanced feature will be testing live results, example giving an input string and checking whether it is spam or not. With this, we intend to attract and encourage the beginners of studying machine learning and algorithms and various data